Hey everyone, welcome to Age and Education channel. Today we shall look into the chapter Light. What is light? Light is what lets us see the world around us. It comes from sources like sun, light bulbs and flashlights and many more even. Without light, everything would be dark and we wouldn't be able to see anything. See, when the power goes off, you won't be able to see anything, right? So light is so important to enable us to see something. Okay, so how the light works? Okay, now you have to understand how the light helps to what happens, right? When there is light, how you will be able to see the things. When the light hits an object, it lets us see the shape, color and size of that object. So when there is something here, see, say a box, okay, when there is a box, until and unless there is some light falling upon this object, you will not be able to see this object. Okay, so the light should fall on the object, only then we will be able to see that object. Nice. Light travels in straight lines. How does it travel? Straight lines, in straight lines, always. It won't travel like this. Okay, it will never bend and travel and won't do anything like that. It will just always move in straight lines, which is why when something blocks the light, it creates a shadow. So that is the reason while the light is traveling like this, and if there is some shape like this, then what happens? The light is traveling like this. Okay, so what happens? The light will be obstructed by this, and if there is a screen over here, the light from here makes this bright and light from here makes this part bright, but this part will be dark because the light won't be able to travel from this object, and so here you will find a dark area. What is it? Dark area, and this dark area is called as shadow. Right, shadow. This is very important for you kids to understand. If you want me to explain again, I will explain, but I will do it at the end. Okay, now what are the natural sources of light? It's like sun, stars, firefly. All these are the natural sources of light. And how about the artificial source of light? It means the human has made all these sources of light, like lamp, bulb and even the candle. Okay, with candle we can sustain this fire, right? So all these are sources of lights. Next, sources of light. What is source of light? A source of light is anything that produces light, allowing us to see things. Without light, without light sources, everything would be dark. All this we know, we have seen earlier. Now what are the natural sources? The sun is the biggest and most important natural source of light. Right? About this you all know. In the daylight, in the broad daylight, you will never ask for the light, the man-made light bulb, right? Because everything is so easy to see. Everything is visible. There's nothing like you need any artificial source of light to see something, right? Until and unless some days if it is so cloudy and if you have to see something very tiny, only then you will need some other source of light in the mornings. That is the power of the sun. Okay, sun is the important natural source of light. And also plants also need sunlight to grow. Again the concept of photosynthesis. I asked you to learn the spelling. Did you do that? Photosynthesis, wherein the plants use even sunlight to make its own food. Okay. Next, stars. What are stars? Stars are like tiny suns far away in the sky. At night they twinkle and give a small amount of light. Okay, this is nothing but a way of saying that even the stars are the natural sources of light. Okay. Next, fire. Fire is also natural source, right? When I say candle, candle is artificial, but fire is natural source of light. People have used fire for thousands of years to see in dark. Okay. Next, artificial sources. Artificial means man-made sources of light. All the things that you can see around in your classroom, like light bulbs and tube lights and flashlights in your mobiles, and all these belong to this category. So what are light bulbs? Are found in lamps and ceiling lights in our homes. They turn electricity into light, making it easy to see indoors. Especially in the nights, in the evenings, you will have to put on some bulbs or some tube lights so that you can see around, right? So light bulbs are the artificial sources of light. And apart from that, what else do you have? Flashlights. Flashlights are the portable sources of light. They help us see in the dark when we are outside or if the power goes out. Okay, the flashlights you kids are all used to is the flashlight in a mobile. Okay, apart from that, there are other types of flashlights too. You ask your parents, they will show you. Okay, next, glow sticks are fun, colorful sticks that glow in the dark when you snap them. They are often used at parties or to stay visible at night. Okay, this is also artificial source of light. What is a shadow? I have mentioned earlier, right? When the light is going like this, and in between, if you put some object, okay, then what happens? This object, when it goes here, it will become a shadow, dark area, and the rest of the area will be brighter. Okay, so a shadow is a dark shape that appears when something blocks the light. For example, if you stand in the sunlight, your body blocks the light and creates a shadow on the ground. Here, the ground is the screen. Okay, and when you are standing here upright and the sun is here, okay, so when the sunlight is falling, you are obstructing the light, so your shadow will be cast upon the ground like this. Okay, as the ground is the screen here. You got it, right? For example, if you this we are already done. Next, how shadows change? Shadows change depending on the time of the day. Morning and evening, shadows are long because the sun is low in the sky. Okay, so morning and evening, the shadows are long. You will, in the shadow, you will appear taller. Okay, so in the noon, shadows are short because the sun is directly over the head. It all depends upon these rays. Okay, how vertical or how slanting the rays are. So in the morning and evening, in the shadow, you will be longer than you are actually. And in the noon, shadows are short because the sun is directly overhead. Okay, so this is about this one. What is a shadow? We are done with the concept of shadow and we are done with the chapter 2. Now here, what are the important things that you have to remember? It is that first thing is that light always travel in straight lines. So when the light is traveling in the straight lines and when something comes in between, something like a block, imagine it to be a block, okay, and something comes in between on the screen, what happens? This area will be darker, okay, darker, and this darker area is called as shadow. I'm repeating it again. This is the third time I'm saying it's because it is important, because there are so many other things that will come when you grow up. Okay, so you should learn how the shadow is formed, and then this area will be bright. Okay, so this is about the shadow. And what is the other thing that you have learned? Natural sources of light and artificial sources of light. Okay, done with everything. Time to say bye. Okay, learn it properly, revise this concept. This concept of shadow is so important. See you again in the next video. Bye.